want to know why kids get picked on? Because the devil says, if I could discourage that kid, then I can stifle the Lord's love. So he'll start when they're young. So when we hear the word bully, that's somebody who says, I want to know Jesus, but I'm being stopped. And I don't know what to do. So I'm going to pick on other people so they could be like me, stunted. But we can't be stunted. And I know you may say, where is he going? Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you know that this is not me talking. This is the Bible right here, and I'm going to show you. In Mark 9, if you got your Bibles, because I can tell this is a Bible church here. So if you got your Bibles, go on, take a moment. 9. Well, you know what? I'm old school, and I should recognize that if you got your phone, if you have your iPad, whatever you use to get to the word, let's go to Mark 9. And I'm reading out of the Living Translation. 9:20 through 29, okay? Now, I'm going to read this, and then we're going to walk through it. And in the process, we're going to celebrate all our graduates in this process. So here we go. So this is coming after Jesus comes from the Mount of Transfiguration. He's walking down now. So he's up in here with his boys, and he is having a high time, okay? Now, some of them want to stay awake, but God's love is so great, he said, that's okay. I still got you. So they coming down off a high, and here they are. So they brought the boy, but when he saw Jesus, the demon convulsed the child horribly, and he fell to the ground, writhing and foaming at the mouth. How long has he been this way? Jesus asked his father, and he replied, since he was very small. And the demon often makes him fall into the fire or into water to kill him. Oh, have mercy on us and do something if you can. Now, can you imagine? Can you imagine seeing Jesus? And then you say to him, if you can. Let that settle with you for a minute. If you can. Now, if that had been me, my arrogance would have rose up and I would have lost all control. Probably, what you talking about, if I can? Do you know who I am? Jesus ain't say that. He didn't say that at all. Not in that tone. He replied, foaming at the mouth, Jesus asked the Father, and he replied, since he was very small, if you can. He says, if I can. Jesus asked, anything is possible if you have faith. Notice what God did. He said, you asking me if I can. What we're going to do is based on what you can. So the question in a funny kind of way is, can you? Can you? So when you're in school, question is, can I get from the first grade to the second grade? Well, can you? Can you get from the 8th grade to the 9th grade? Well, can you? Can you get from college or from high school to college? Well, can you? Can you get from college to a master's? Well, can you? And can you get from a master's to a doctorate? Well, can you? So think about that. What would stop you from doing what you need to do? And I would suggest a 4-letter word. Now, I know when you hear the 4-letter word, sometimes Satan makes us think of another 4-letter word, but I got another one for you. You think what it is? What's that 4-letter word that stops us from doing things? Fear. Fear paralyzes. It stops you in your tracks, and it feeds on itself, and it gets bigger and bigger until it just crushes you. Now, God has put inside of us curiosity. And what happens when you're curious? What do you end up doing? When you're curious about something, what do? You do what? You go try it. You go check it out. Now, curiosity has various lessons. Won't tell you. You can see that stove, and you can see that heat, and curiosity, for some, will have you touch it. And then you have a experience. Right? Right? And once you have that experience, learning occurs, and for the most part, we don't do that again. But you wouldn't know if fear prohibited you from doing that. You would wonder and wonder and wonder. But curiosity lets you know. And fortunately, you may have a few singed hands. God's so good. Your skin grows back. You may have a little scar, and all God is doing is saying, I just left that there to remind you that I care for you and that your curiosity is essential, but it's only good as how you live with me. So curiosity is important on our journey of education. So if you can, anything is possible if you have faith. The father instantly replied, I do have faith.